Why does it seem like President Biden's focus on the strike is not really worker-centered? I hope I'm wrong about that, but that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting about this. Let's put up this headline: Congress to take up bill to avert rail strike as Biden and unions clash. And this was happening live. They were updating this in real time because this is serious and they're running at a fevered pace. And I mean the Senate Majority Leader and House Speaker, Senate Majority Leader Schumer and our House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, they met with President Biden earlier today to discuss pushing this legislation through. And so Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi just emerged, that was earlier today, from the White House to talk about their meeting just now with President Joe Biden to talk about legislation in the lame duck session. And most urgently, his request that Congress intervene to stop the looming rail strike. This is coming from The Guardian. And again, let me repeat, this was happening in real time earlier today. Biden wants Congress to impose the agreement tentatively reached in September, but which 4 unions didn't sign on to, forcing the president and the labor unions to be at loggerheads. And rightfully so, they should be at loggerheads because the workers did not get what they were asking for. And guess what? They're not asking for too much. They want to be able to take time off to go to a doctor or take time off when they're sick. What is wrong with that? Something is wrong with the fact that they got to beg for this kind of stuff. That's what's wrong. House Leader Pelosi or Speaker Pelosi said the original elements of the agreement on pay, etc., would be included in the bill, and some additional benefits agreed to by Biden and Labor Secretary Marty Walsh. Additionally, the speaker said this: the agreement is not everything I would like to see. I would like to see paid sick leave. Every leading Democrat in every country in the world has it. I don't like going against the ability of a union to strike, but weighing the equities, we must avoid a strike. Really, Speaker? I don't know about that, Ray. I'm really miffed. And then we have Leader Schumer weighing in this way. He said, we will try to get it done. We are going to try to solve this ASAP. And then both leaders did warn of job losses. And we know that that will happen. Job losses and further supply chain problems affecting ordinary goods and essential things such as chlorine for safe public water supplies. But let us be clear, the president of the United States is urging Congress to pass a deal that many of the unions involved do not support. So that is why I opened up this segment by saying it seems like the president is more concerned with pushing the union and preventing them from going on strike than he is about solving the problem, the conundrum. What is the grievances of the members of the rail workers and what are they asking for? Thank God there's one senator at least who's saying not so fast, because in order for this deal to pass the Senate, you got to have the senators rocking and rolling as well. And it is the one and only Senator Bernard Sanders from the great state of Vermont. Manju Raja put up this tweet. Let's take a look at it. Asked if he will allow a vote on legislation to avert the rail strike to happen by December 9th deadline. Bernie Sanders just told me we will have more to say about that later. He criticized the deal for lack of paid sick leave. That is outrageous. And you know what? It is absolutely outrageous, whether it's rail workers, carpenters, janitors. It doesn't matter who the workers are. Every worker in this country should have paid sick leave, paid family leave. They should be able to take time off when they need it. It really is about quality of life. And when you take care of your workers, they take care of you. Ray, I am really shaking my head because on one hand they say, oh, we kind of get it. But on the other hand, they want Congress to pass legislation to stop these workers from being able to go on strike.
Yeah, I think Bernie Sanders has said it perfectly. It is outrageous. Biden positioned himself as a pro-union candidate, as a pro-union president. He came in with a lot of support for the PRO Act, which didn't get passed at a time where there was an unprecedented in modern history surge in unionization efforts. We saw Starbucks, we've seen different manufacturing. We saw union strikes going on and negotiations going on in California for workers in TV media industry. And now he's siding, it seems, with the corporations, with the railroad, with the industries, as opposed to siding with the workers. And it's just disappointing that every single time, politicians weigh in on this, it's always, well, they need to come to an agreement. But it's never that the industries have to capitulate to the demands of the workers. It's always that the workers have to give something up. And in this case, it's just basic human dignity and decency that they're being asked to sacrifice. They're being asked to sacrifice the ability to take time off because they're sick in a pandemic, a global pandemic. It's ridiculous. And the Democrats are in a good position to stand for the workers, and they're failing to do it. And I just can't help but think that it has something to do with the fact that it's the industries that fund their campaign and not the workers that fund their campaigns.
Right, you're absolutely right about that. The owner donors seem to win every single time. If they want to avert the strike, then give the workers what they are asking for and not the other way around. And to me, they're taking pages out of Jeff Bezos' book. You know, how they gonna thumb their nose at Jeff Bezos? They doing the same damn thing. It's exactly the same. It's hypocrisy to use your power to crush these workers and to stop them from being able to strike. Yeah, all hell will break loose if they strike. So you need to act like all hell gonna break loose when they strike and give them what they're asking for, because they're not asking for too much. Workers have died, they're exhausted. They don't deserve this. They deserve much, much better. And you know what, Ray? This is another reason why people are disillusioned. They stop trusting institutions and systems because of foolishness and mayhem. To quote one of my friends like this, we're gonna keep a close eye on this, and all of you should. Let's be in support of our rail workers.